The day is finally here. It's day one of the 2023 Australian Open and the world's biggest bowls festival. Over the next fortnight, 14 venues across the glorious Gold Coast will play host to some of the world's best bowls action. Welcome to Rinkside Live at the 2023 Australian Open, proudly presented by Apia, who is proud to also support the event volunteers and officials. Val Febo here with you, and joining me is the Regional Bowls Manager for South East Queensland and the Senior for the Northern Territory, Queensland and SA. That title just gets bigger and bigger. His name is Michael Hollywood Sorensen. Hollywood, how are you, mate?
Good morning, Val, and good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Australian Open.
Great to have your company, mate. Now, our first match this morning is Tom Taiaroa from New Zealand taking on William Sharkey, who's representing the Australian Defence Force. He's actually on debut for the ADF today, so they're very excited to have him as part of the competition. But Hollywood, how have you made the prep? The greens look pristine here at Broadbeach. Very, very excited.
Oh, the greens are always good here at Broadbeach and on the Gold Coast, across all the venues. Great to have all the support from the volunteers, proudly sponsored by Apia. And a little bit of information on Tommy. He's from the South Island. He's using Henselite XGs. And William Sharkey is using Taylor SRVs, and it's his first game for the ADF, and he's as nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof.
Certainly is.
But we wish everybody that is participating across the 14 days of this festival all the best.
We certainly do, and the horn has gone off, so the Australian Open is officially underway for 2023, and it is Tom Taiaroa to get us off the mark.
He's playing a three-quarter length end here.
Now he's using XGs,
yes, he
and
is.
William Sharkey using Taylor SRVs. And also drop us some comments from where you're watching from around the world. We've already got an Argentinian. Annette is watching from Aziza in Argentina. Cowra. And great to have people all around the country coming up here to the Gold Coast and playing one of the best sports in the world and one of the best tournaments in the world, because you can be drawn against absolutely anybody.
It's the beauty of our sport.
Yep.
Anybody from club level can end up playing against world champions, ex-world champions. The field is star-studded.
It is. Men's singles format, 21 up. First to 21. That's all you got to do.
And each contestant so far has had a warm-up end each, trial end each, and they're into it now.
I have a lot of support for Sharkey on the comments already. So, Tony watching from Las Vegas. We've got David from Lakes Entrance. We've got Bill from Benalla. And we've got Kevin from Aberdeen. So everybody watching all around the nation.
Sharky's just missed picking up that clean.
Beautiful morning here on the Gold Coast.
These fellows out on the green. We're sitting in a bit of shade at the moment. It's a little bit chilly.
Now, Joel Higgins has picked something up very, very, very early in this contest. Where is Clive? Now, Clive has resigned from Bowls Australia. He's left us. He's a trader. He's working at Bowls WA now. And so, yeah, you're stuck with myself, Val Febo, and Michael Hollywood Sorensen, and then Kyle Langley, Ben Crixtolitis, Chris Wallace, Paul Holschke. We're going to have a plethora of people jumping on the live stream. Yep, Nick Hind as well. So there will be dulcet tones everywhere.
Add a bit of grass to this one and made a great correction. Just going to fall a little short, but I think that's shot. Shouldn't say that on live streaming.
So measure has been indicated by the marker. Now the paddles, red for Tom, blue for Will.
Has he got the speed this time? And the answer is yes. Nice correction.
Slots in nicely. Always good to get that first end out of the way.
Well, that first score.
Yep. Especially in a singles game, I think.
Especially in singles. That's why I don't play singles, because I've got no one else to blame but myself. So that's one to Tom.
They'll go and survey just to make sure.
Well, they did say it was a measure for the second one, didn't they? So
they're kicking away. And they've given 2.
2.
So 2 to Tom Taiaroa to kick us off here at the 2023 Australian Open. The men's singles campaign will be at the forefront of proceedings for the first 3 days of the competition. Then we'll move into women's pairs and women's singles, and we go towards the knockout stages. So things will heat up only from there, but we look forward to bringing you all the action here on Rinkside Live, proudly presented by Apia, helping you live the good life and play bowls. Good start for Tom Taiaroa. Hollywood.
Great start. Always nice to get off the mark, but to get a multiple at the same time is great. And there's a great start for that second end. A little bit of the pressure's gone and nerves are settling a little, and it's time to concentrate and get into it.
Few players of notoriety hanging around Broadbeach today. Hollywood. Cody Packer's playing here. Carl Healy as well.
A couple of mugs.
Oh, they're pretty good. Both of whom are in the right-at-home Jackaroos squad, and Carl Healy will be taking that a step further and representing the Jackaroos at the World Bowls Championships right here commencing on August 29.
I wish all the Jackaroos all the best of luck, and all the other competing nations, but I'm a little bit biased myself. I hope we win all the medals.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all biased when it comes to Australia? And especially the great group of people that are the Jackaroos.
Awesome squad.
So, Deborah, other results, you can get those from the link here in the bio.
Just slipped under the head there. Great weight. Blues indicating holding shot. Greens look to be running sensationally for such a heavy dew overnight. Just talking to Aaron Sheriff, one of our other Jackaroos that'll be competing in the world titles. He's doing some work here on the greens at Broadbeach. And he said it was quite a heavy dew here overnight, which will make the greens a little bit slow to start with until the sun comes out and dries that dew off.
Yep. Now, Mark asking if we're streaming on YouTube at all. No, it is right here on Facebook. Oh, actually, no, we are. I've been informed that we are on YouTube as well. So stay here, but it is on YouTube if need be. Didn't actually know that until right now, but that's good.
Tom's sending down his last bowl. He scored the shot with his last bowl last end, and he's done another one.
He looks on early. And singles, we know, Michael, you can have some peaks and troughs, and momentum is such an important thing. And once you finally get your length, that's when things can really change.
Definitely. Here we go. This is coming into the head beautifully.
Just
slipped underneath. Will be really searching for that first score, being his first game for the ADF.
Was mightily close to it being that, and that's just one. Aaron Jaros watching from the Qantas Club at Sydney Airport on his way up to the Gold Coast now. So looking forward to seeing you up here. Aaron, always up here at the AO.
All the viewers that are out there now, let all your friends know that we're streaming this live so they can all catch up with the action, whether they're here or they're not here. They can feel like they're here.
Exactly. And it's a Saturday. You don't have any other plans, I'm sure.
Maybe taking the kids to sport, checking out the form guide.
Watch the AO. So Tom is in pretty good form himself recently. Gold and silver for in the New Zealand Oceania Challenge Under-26 team. His New Zealand debut in Auckland. 26 years old, or 24-year-old, sorry. Doing wonderful things as he looks to try and break into this New Zealand outfit. Dave Rankin asking, will we endeavour to give us score updates of other games? I'll try to, but I'm not Clive. I don't bring the binoculars with me.
I just thought that was so you could see over the desk. Sorry, Clive. Oh, this looks like it's on a really good line. He's had really good speed. He just hasn't found his grass line just as yet, but that seems quite good. Holding a couple. Very nice technique and delivery there. Just struggling to make it.
So we know with these greens, Hollywood, that they speed up throughout the day. When the sun starts to bake them a little bit, they usually, around that 2:30 mark in the afternoon, that's when they start to play their quickest. So they will get faster as the day goes on.
With the all-day play as well, they probably pick up a little bit quicker than that. But by the last day of the tournament, weather permitting, these greens will be running absolutely schmick. Just fingertip bowls. And Will with his fourth bowl. He's been deadly with his fourth bowl so far, and he's looking very, very accurate again if he's got the speed.
Tom Taiaroa, has he drifted in for shot?
May have fallen short, but again, angles of live streaming is very difficult.
Here we go. Can Will Sharkey get himself on the board here?
Will's holding two by the marker. He says, I'm not going to run the risk of running into that bowl. I'm going to come the other side, which is a little surprising because he's got to come through two of Tom's bowls to get to the head now.
Definitely want to just get himself on the board here. Not do anything too risky.
Want to stay off that one?
It's exactly what he needed to do. So they'll go and survey down the end of the green, and here we go. Just to get the confirmation, they're going to have a look. Will's happy, of course he is.
Three? Is it three?
I think this is... The marker said 4. Well, the scoreboard attendant has said 4. We're going to wait for indication from the marker, but this is a full count.
Maximum.
Will Sharkey, what a way to open your Australian Open account.
Now that should settle the nerves.
All of a sudden, he takes the lead. That last bowl ended up being exactly what he needed. Just rested on Tom's bowl and...
On the inside of it, obviously.
Does nicely. So, Hugh asking the... if this is straight to knockout, so whoever wins their section goes straight through to the knockout stages. There are no next best qualifiers in the men's singles competition, just due to sheer weight of numbers.
There were a lot of people that missed out on the open singles this year. We've had a record amount of entries this year, something like 700 up on last year's, which is amazing. We've had to go to find extra green space so that we could fit as many people in as we could.
Yep. Glenn asking if any of this is going to be aired on Fox or YouTube. So we're also streaming to YouTube this morning, but stay here because this is our preferred method. But also Fox Sports and 7-2 will have us, and KO and Sky Sports NZ will also have us on the final 2 days. So that's Thursday the 22nd and Friday the 23rd of June. And also, if you do see any links, we must remind you, do not click them in the comments. The only links that you should be clicking are the ones that we post in there. We will not charge you for anything. We're not going to ask for your bank details. And we're also not going to log into your back-end IP address because we're not scammers. So just jump on, click our links, and don't click anything else.
Will's grown some confidence out of getting that 4, and he's plonked 2 pretty good bowls in there.
And this is the thing, momentum game singles.
And it can change so quickly. It's a change of length or a little bit of luck along the way, and all of a sudden you think, righto, it's time to knuckle down and Will's all over this. That's a great bowl. Will being part of the Royal Defence Force is in the Navy. What rank does he hold, Val?
So Will is a Chief Petty Officer in the Navy and is the President of the Australian Royal Navy Bowls. So
he used his influence to get in.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, the way he's bowling, I don't think he needs it. And of course, we're very grateful to our servicemen and women that defend our shorelines. And we have actually got a very good partnership with Invictus.
Yes, we do.
And I've hosted a couple of Invictus days with Family Bowls Days, and they've been very, very successful. And of course, we've had a really good relationship with the forces over the years, with a lot of our clubs actually being formed by ex-servicemen coming back from some terrible wars, and using lawn bowls as their way to get back into the society. What a great shot there.
Tom Taiaroa absolutely nailed that. Just played attacking, played confidently. And still doesn't secure a shot, but was almightily close to doing it. So Will Sharkey leading this one 5-3. He's pretty much a quarter of the way there in the race to 21. So this singles format, 21 up. There is a lot of 25 up out there, but this is 21 here at the Australian Open. Jacks are rolled. There's no respot.
Away nicely again. He's favouring his forehand. He's playing forehand around the clock. Last couple of ends. He's nailed it with his first one again. What a great start. It's certainly a big help in singles if you get that first one close. Puts pressure on your opponent straight up. They don't know whether to try and draw and get close or whether they want to try and attack and get the shot.
Well, yeah, it's a sensational start. It's covering the jack beautifully. But we saw last night, you don't need much space. The mega bowl, Kate Carriage absolutely nailed it. Had 6 inches to draw to, trailed the jack, and won a cool $1,280. Remember, the next mega bowl is on Saturday night here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. $10 entry, you get 1 bowl. Lee Schreiner sitting back on his balcony with a coffee, enjoying watching this and going on a no bowls holiday for 10 days to Tassie on Tuesday. He can't wait.
Nice.
Hopefully you're at least watching, Lee.
Don't forget to wear your woolies. That's another great delivery there from Will. Putting a lot of pressure onto Tom. Hasn't quite found that line just yet, coming back towards the surf club direction of the bowls club.
And of course, the beauty of this Australian Open, Hollywood, is that if you do enter and if you're playing, there is a chance that you get live streamed. Doesn't matter who you are. We just plonk ourselves on a rink, and whoever's playing there is playing there. And
100%. And have a look at this. Sharkey is on fire.
He said he was nervous at the start, and there are a couple of nervous bowls there, but this is just magnificent. What a turnaround so far. That 4 has just pricked his confidence up.
A bit of weight being played here by Tom. He's not far away.
No.
He's going to hold nicely. And like we said, there's no dead ends, but that one didn't go outside the rink, so they'll play on.
Still 3, but a very sparse 3.
Sometimes these are the hardest ones to get close to as well. Got to go up and play out on an area of the green that hasn't been used. Not sure of the width or the speed, so it's a bit of guesswork. But Will's decided to go down on his backhand where the green has been used. So, and I think he's picked the weight again. Oh, he's certainly got the feel for it at the moment. Got
Got some scores from around the rinks here. Kyle Langley doing some great running work for us here. He's going to join us on the next session. Carl Healy leading Kobe Cromie 6-3 early on rink 9, and then Ray Pearce leading Jared Evans 5-2 on rink 14. So there's some of the notable players that are playing on this rink or on this or at Broadbeach today. As Tom Taiaroa fires down his last one. It's going to drift under, and not sure what this is going to be. Looks like still possibly 3, but my eyes have deceived me, and the listeners will know that.
Trying to pick shots on live streaming, I've learnt no. But
That's
it was
3.
still 3.
I was right. There we go. Maybe that's going to be my form for the 2 weeks, Hollywood.
Get in there early.
So after dropping the first 2 ends, Will Sharkey is strung together the last 3, scored a 4, a 1 and a 3 to go from 0-3 down to 8-3 up.
And they haven't been shabby. They've been all within a couple of feet. There's been some really, really good bowls. It's really had Tom under a heap of pressure.
Certainly has. His first bowls have been the key, haven't they?
Yes. I said earlier, getting that first one really close just puts all that extra pressure on your opponent. Puts him into 2 minds straight up. Do I attack early, or do I just pile on a second shot, and then try and get something out of it with my last bowl? And again, that's not a bad start from Will.
Joel Higgins asking, when do AO entries go in for next year? Well, that is going to happen around December. Usually happens around mid-December, just before Christmas. Make sure you get in as early as possible too.
Please do, because like so many unhappy or unlucky player nominees this year missed out on the singles draw because it maxed out. And like I said, we found some extra green space this year. Hopefully next year we can find some more green space so this event can grow even more and more. But I do stress that you get your entries in as early as possible. We've been asked what the green speed is, and it looks like a pretty comfortable 14 at the moment, and that's just a guesstimate. I haven't put a bowl down myself. But we should probably be asking Will, because he certainly found it.
Yeah, the range is well and truly there now, and it's a case of Tom trying to get the length back and figure something out here. And that's the thing about singles play. It's all about problem solving. If you can wrestle back the momentum and get yourself back on top, just being able to put all those puzzles together and those jigsaw pieces.
And the thing is, it only takes 1 bowl.
It does.
It can be a very, very cruel sport. You can have 4 sitting all over it, and the opposition comes in, whether it's hell, west or crooked, can get a result and change the whole momentum of the game. And here's another great start, another bowl. He is peppering that jack.
Currently holding 3. And it is a different looking Will Sharkey to the first couple of ends.
Yes, the shoulders aren't quite as tight as they were when he first walked out onto the green. Well, he looks like a pretty good follow-up bowl here. All his speed. Will he get down? That's a very good bowl.
It's probably one of the tightest heads that we've had this morning.
And not only that, the added pressure of being live stream, first game. There's a lot of variables out there these two boys have had to endure, and they're coming through it quite well so far. Will just falling short on that one. Tom's got an option here. He can play for sit the bowl and stay, or he can grab the jack and turn it around the corner, or sit the bowl and run onto the jack. So I don't think he'll be short with this bowl. I wouldn't imagine he would be anyway.
So this section here, section 11, Tom Taiaroa, Will Sharkey, Rick Southam from Stall. Oh, sorry, Sawtell.
Oh, you don't have to be stiff to be dead. Wow, that was an awesome effort.
So I dare say this might be at least 2. Two have been moved out.
He's only going to claim the 2, I think. Yep. 2 to Will, up to 10. Playing 3.
4 ends in a row. And so this section, Hollywood, Rick Southam from Sawtell in New South Wales, and then Sean Baker from Musgrave Hill, and he is a handy bowler.
He's won a few Australian titles.
Yep.
Goes all right to Sean Baker. Ex-Northern Territory.
Sean Baker, actually a 2015 pairs champion here with Robbie Wild.
And, memories?
8 years ago now, 2015. Doesn't feel that long ago, but it is. And
wait till you get to my age.
How old's that, Hollywood?
A lot older than you. Put it this way, I've probably been playing the sport longer than you've been alive.
I was born in January 1996, so
definitely been playing a lot longer than that.
Wow.
It's a fairly handy bowl there from Tom.
Well, this is exactly what he needed, and this is the first end in a while where Will has actually conceded that first bowl.
Well, he's thrown the jack a bit longer than he had been previously, so he might have outfoxed himself here a little. It's on a very handy line. Like I said, it only takes that one end to get a bit of momentum change. The opposition throws a jack to a different place and you find it, and then all of a sudden you realise, right, well, that's the length I need to start playing. And Tom's right down to this again, I think. Let's see what Will can make that correction on his third bowl.
So, Ryan, unfortunately, I don't have an update on the Rick Southam game. Sorry, mate, because he's on a different green. So, can't see that far, unfortunately.
Here we go. There's a lovely correction. In singles, you like to have your third bowl as you can, the one that just consolidates the end for you. If you're down, you make your correction and get the shot or get one close. And when you're holding, it's another one just to put another nail in the coffin. Bit like the golf tournaments where they have moving day, is day 3. Yep. It's pretty much the same with the third bowl in a game of singles.
It's also like the BPL where you have Thursday, that's moving day. Tends to be where the franchises make their moves as they look to push for the title. So that one just rockets into Will's bowl, and now
Will
Sharkey
played another one.
Has it got the legs? That's the question.
Another one of those angles where you just can't call off a live stream vision. A little bit more weight being used here by Tom. He's attacking. Tell you what, he's not far away. He gets that onto the other white one. Oh, he's hit it onto the jack. He may have killed it this time, though.
They're going to check this. Marker just having a look, and what have we got here?
He's striding up the rink pretty confidently that it may be dead. So for those viewers that don't understand the laws of bowls, we've got a rink defined by boundary pegs, and once that jack goes outside those boundary pegs, it's considered a dead end. But that one didn't go dead.
This one's alive, and it is one to Will Sharkey, and he moves to an 11-3 lead, having gone down 0-3.
Hasn't looked back.
Strung together 5 ends in a row, and this is what we can see in singles play.
And he's stretching out the length even a little more this time, so it could be a tactic.
Rowdy wishing us a good morning. Stephen Rowdy Arthur.
Our Stephen Rowdy. Mentos, I call him. We have conference and he just hogs all the Mentos. Never seen someone consume so many Mentos.
The mint flavour or
yes, the mint?
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure if there was the fruity ones, he'd have a crack at those as well.
updates from from some of the other greens. Ray Martin from New Zealand and Charlie Hicks. Charlie leading that 9-4 on Rink 2. Rink 9 sees Carl Healy leading Kobe Cromie 9-4 and Ray Pearce leading Jared Evans 6-3. I'm
glad you said Ray was from New Zealand. I thought I was going to ask if he brought his Logies with him.
Sure he did. I'm sure he would anyway. Cody Packer also leading Rob Gill 6-0.
Great correction there from Will.
And then Lauren Dion from the USA, also from Port Arlington, leading 11-2 over Andrew Hay. Some of the scores from around the rinks. And this one has been a white-hot start for Will Sharkey.
Been the destroyer, if you want to put it that way, coming from the defence force. Missed his line on that, but his speed again was correct. See what Tom can do to get himself back into this match. It's far from over.
Certainly is, and we've seen bigger margins than this reeled in before. But can he reel in the Shark?
Or at least take the bite out of him. It was a great bowl. It'll be interesting to see what the marker says. 1 to red. May have hooked himself a shark.
Not quite yet, as Will Sharkey fires down his final bowl of the end. This is end number 8 of this contest.
Again, great speed, but missed his line. Tom can step on the mat with a bit more relaxed this time, knowing he's holding shot. Virtually a free shot at it.
And one that he kind of needs to nail.
He really does.
Tom Taiaroa.
Don't think he's quite got the speed, but geez, he nailed the line.
Doesn't matter that he didn't get the 2. He will get the 1 here. They are going to survey this. So I'm pretty sure we're right.
Yep.
It is 1 to Tom Taiaroa. So he's back on the board for the first time since end number 2. And the other game, it is Sean Baker leading Rick Southam 5-3. That is in this section as well. So big thank you to Kyle Langley. Australian Open proudly supported by Major Events Gold Coast and the Queensland Government through Tourism and Events Queensland. It is a great part of the world to be up here. We got here yesterday, Hollywood, and immediately took the puffer jacket and the hoodie off and sweating bullets. Beautiful weather.
Yeah, I do love rubbing it into you guys when I call the head office and say how good the weather is up here in southeast Queensland. Being on the Gold Coast myself, my region, I've got all of Gold Coast, all of Brisbane. I do the Downs and the Southern Downs, so I go down as far as Gundawindia, out as far as Gundawindia and down as far as Tenterfield. So I've got the blue chip area as far as I'm concerned.
It is very nice up here. I was lucky enough yesterday to have a room upgrade for free. It's at our hotel in the Avani, level 34, ocean view.
Get a nosebleed.
It was beautiful.
Closer to God.
Yeah, exactly. Certainly worse places to be in the world. And great food, great areas to walk if you are up here on the Gold Coast. Also the theme parks, if that's your thing.
That's a good selling point to any male or the poor old widows, the bowlers. They can always come up here as a family, and they've got plenty to do here on the Gold Coast. You've got gorgeous beaches, theme parks, great restaurants, great bars, beautiful parks. As Tom's put in another very good bowl. Help him settle a little more.
But this is the thing, you can pick your length and then you can work your way back into it. And that's what I've been stressing about this contest. It's not over. Once the opponent wins an end, things can change on a dime.
Invariably in a game like this where one's got off to a good start, the next bowler, whose opponent, when he finally gets the mat, he'll make a change that suits It's normally the quickest to adapt to that change that will kick on. So another handy bowl. Again, here comes bowl 3. Very important in singles, that third bowl. Will's got to have the speed here, or he's going to leave himself kicking himself, and he has.
So after each session and each day, Hollywood, you can go to results.bowlslink.com.au, click the 2023 Australian Open tab to check out all of the results from day one's action across all the clubs, or you can download the Bowls Now app on the Google Play or the App Store.
The Bowls Now app is really, really good.
Yep.
Very easy to use, and as simply as downloading it for free in your app store.
It is brilliant. You can see some of the brilliant media teamwork that we put out.
Go for it, mate. You do a great job. And if Will, you got the speed, the right speed, just enough to cut that one out. Depends on how close that back bowl is.
Yeah. As we've said all morning, our eyes can be deceiving and these angles can also be deceiving. So Tom would dearly love it to be his, but I think Will has done enough, and he has. That is heartbreaking.
No, Tom's got the mat.
Oh, well, there you go.
Thought it was coming up red.
My eyes deceive me.
Happens to the best of us, mate.
So 5-11. Jacob, this is 21 up. So Australian Open singles is always 21.
Sticking to the longer length.
This is the thing. He can't chip back in singles. If he wants to get himself back into this contest and get a foothold into it, I think he needs a multiple at some stage here. Has only scored 1 for the contest, and that was in the opening end. Since then, he's won 3 more ends, all singles.
It's amazing how frustrating it can be when you're scoring 1, 1, 1, 1, and your opposition just can't get that mat back, and sometimes it builds into a bit more of a stressful for the person chasing, even though they're only going down 1 at a time. But you string 4 or 5 ones to go together in a row, that doubt comes into your mind as the opponent. And again, if you don't nail it with that first one, all the pressure goes onto your second one, and then that makes that third bowl so critical.
It does. Of course,
Tom's got a great line on this one. Just a little heavy again.
Sharkey trying to regain the ascendancy here.
I don't think he likes it. Might have sent it a bit wide.
Liam Murphy asking, what does ADF stand for? That is the Australian Defence Force. That is correct.
Will being a member of the Australian Navy and president of the ADF. It's come the rest quite nicely for Tom.
So all of a sudden here, Hollywood, I said he needed a multiple. He's holding 3, but Will has 1 more bowl to have something to do or to say about it, and 2, sorry.
And like I said, only takes 1 to ruin a really good end. So if he's got the speed on this, oh, there you go. From 3 down to possibly 1 up. It looks like 1 up from here, but again, the angles can be deceiving. It's all for Tom to play to. He's using some weight, looking for a conversion. If he sits that bowl through the gap, he can pick up a perfect 4. He's just sailed past.
So one each, or sorry, one left for Will.
Pretty safe shot here if he just plays the weight he's been playing. He's going to find that line and add another.
Well, this is massive because he was 3 down. If he can somehow get it to come back, which it won't.
Just his speed got him, but that's a big pressure bowl with that third bowl again. I mean, 3 down to 1 up.
That's exactly right. Our marker puts up 1 paddle, and Apia proud to support the event volunteers and officials here at the Australian Open. So 12-5 lead. So Will Sharkey using those Taylor SRVs.
Size 4.
Decent size. So plays out of Alexandra Erskineville, but is representing the ADF here. Gary Hinks, the name of the app is Bowls Now. BOWLSNOW. Download it. It's free. App Store or Google Play Store. Access to everything you need to know about the world of bowls in Australia. And of course the world, because the World Championships are coming up right here in the city of Gold Coast. August 29.
Another great start there by Will, and Tom's coming on very nicely as well. He's just going to go jack high underneath, and I would say nearly shot as well. That's what he would like to have achieved.
Session times at the Australian Open Hollywood, 9 a.m, session 1. Session 2, 11:45. Session 3, 2:30 p.m. All of those Australian Eastern Standard Time, so check your local guides.
Tom's been predominantly sticking to the clubhouse side of the green, and Will's been chopping and changes as he needs. And here comes another good bowl from Tom. If he lands on that, that'll definitely make 2. Good shot.
Margaret, if the picture's gone out of focus, just maybe close down the video and then open it again. Clayton Parker, hope you're wearing your Hawaiian shirt, Hollywood.
Not while I'm working, Clay. You should know better than that. But there's that third bowl again from Will. He's been very, very good with that third bowl. Still catching the odd flathead or two, Clay? Haven't seen any photos on Facebook for a little bit. Tom's changed his hand here. He's got the right speed. He's going to play a clanger. Oh, he's just gone around the outside of it. It sets up for his next bowl, though. Just needs to draw it in like he did last time. A lot of paddock. He gets an edge off that. It's not too bad at home, but it leaves a nice shot here for Tom. He can sit the shot bowl for a couple or 4 maybe, or he can trail a jack there for 3.
Certainly could. Very difficult, but
would make a massive change to the game if he could either sit that bowl or trail a jack. I think he's looking for the sit because he seems to have a fair bit of weight on this, and he's just going to sail wide again.
So that definitely hurts Tom Taiaroa, who has put together a solid block of ends, but the last 2 have been brilliantly negated by Will Sharkey, who takes a 13-5 lead.
And that third bowl, Will's first bowl and his third bowls have been probably his most consistent. See how he goes with his first pill on this end.
So we've got Ben Sharkey. Better watch out at Christmas, Will. We'll be heading up to the bolo for a roll-up. I dare say that's a relation of Will Sharkey. And then Clayton saying too busy with bowls, Hollywood. No fish for him.
You always find time for a fish. Come on, mate. You could hook a shark.
Very nice, Hollywood.
I'm full of dad jokes.
I know that by now, having known you for a couple of years.
Actually, they're more like granddad jokes these days.
Tomislav Ristic asking who won the Mega Bowl last night. It was Kate Carriage from Nowra. She took home a cool $1,280, but the bowl to win it was magnificent. It's on Bowls Australia's Facebook page. You can go back and watch it from last night. Had 6 inches to trail to, and speaking of touching the jack, Tom Taiaroa, brilliant start to this end.
Again, that first bowl, very important. And he's taken full advantage of it, which is going to get Will on the defensive now. He's got the right speed. He's got a fairly nice track here. Down it comes. Oh, that's a great effort. The soccer club behind us is playing some groovy music.
Do you like to move it, Hollywood?
I love to move it. Move it, move it. Oh, and here's another one. That's exceptional bowling.
I think they're actually using the Sacha Baron Cohen version from Madagascar for this song, so good on them. Good morning to Casper John, who's tuned in.
Seems to have a little bit more pace on it, a bit more attacking. It's going to end up in a good home for his last bowl.
Certainly is.
It might pay for Tom to come behind himself here, give himself a little bit of protection. Trying to score another shot in there is going to be very difficult.
Makes the target bigger as well.
It does.
I think that's exactly... Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's not going to take my advice. Although it's ended up in a fairly handy spot.
That has ended up in a brilliant spot, but any sort of weight, and we know when the jack gets hit on these greens, it moves quick. It's like sliding around on glass as Will Sharkey fires in his final bowl of the end to try and nestle, or to try and wrestle shot back.
He was looking anxious after he let it go, so... Thing is now, Tom can be a little bit more confident in drawing, because if he does roll the bowl over onto the jack, he can make 4 out of this. If he slides underneath and sits that white bowl, he'll make 4 out of it as well. So he can safely use the weight he's been using so far this end. It just depends on his line.
Has he gone out too wide? It is trying to get back.
Oh, it's coming back. It's just his speed that could be the issue.
Well, it got back enough, and I think it was the speed. So let's see what we get here. That's a 2 for Tom Taiaroa. So he finally gets that multiple for the first time since end number 1. And just progressing nicely here. 13-7. This is still anybody's contest, and we have updates from around the rinks. Big thank you to Kyle Langley here. He's doing a mountain of work for us. Charlie Hicks leading Ray Martin 12-7. Carl Healy leading Kobe Cromie. And what a matchup that is for first up at the AO. 13-8. Ray Pearce over Jared Evans, 11-4. Sean Baker leading Rick Southam. This is in this section, 9-5. And then Cody Packer leading Rob Gill, 12-6. And Lauren Dion leading Andrew Hay, 16-4. They are around the rinks here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, but there are 13 other venues here on the glorious city of the Gold Coast where the Australian Open is taking place. And where else would you rather be right now?
Got a good start coming in here. Dependent on weight or speed. And well played. He had very good speed. Did our Will. Tom doesn't have to correct too much, just on his line, because he gave his bowl a chance with that first one. Seems to be in better territory. Coming back nicely to the jack. Very good shot.
Was that last end the catalyst for the comeback? Because his last 5, he's put a really good block together, and it took some pieces of Will Sharkey brilliance to take shot back, but he's not conceded much in the last few, and he's finally got his multiple back as Tom Taiaroa, so he could be in here.
He's certainly been the more consistent of the two in the last few ends. Just as you said, Will's been a little more fortunate with his attacking shots. And the results. It was a good idea to play with that top of weight. Just trail that jack in behind, but he got a bit wide on it. Let's see what Will can do with bowl number 3. He's looking at it quite contently, so he must be in the area somewhere, and as you're looking at it come down the screen, he is very close. Oh, he's just slipped underneath. Bit of a free shot here with Tom's 4th bowl. Chance to put a bit more pressure on Will. And again, it's very well grassed. Not too badly weighted neither. That's a great shot.
Certainly is. Tom Taiaroa starting to flex his muscle.
You've got one option here, Will. That's the dead draw it.
It'll be a body blow if he can, but I tell you what, he's not far off. It's just going to drift under.
Great speed.
That's been his strength today. He's nailed the speed and the weight. So that is 1 to Tom Taiaroa. 8-13 is the score in favour of Will Sharkey. But the trends have been, Hollywood, every time that Tom Taiaroa has won an end, he's won the next one.
And then dropped a couple.
But then dropped a couple. So this is important. If he can get his 3rd in a row here.
They're trying out the whole rink. They've brought the mat up a fair ways this time and put it onto the tee. So a different tactic again.
He's coming here from the South Island of New Zealand as Tom Taiaroa.
Aussie speed. Oh, he's right down on top of this one as well. Now he's picked up that first bowl. It's been a bit of a reversal from when Will was doing it.
Well, yeah, this was the thing. When Will won his, I think he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ends in a row. His first bowls were magnificent. And the one time he gave one up, that was when Tom pounced.
Yes. How'd that jack not pop out then?
Really not sure. Now, Clive Adams isn't here, but his drink of choice is the Coke No Sugar. Hollywood's been brought the gifts.
It's for the taste. Great bowl again. Just shows the pressure of that first bowl. If you can get it, you can find your weight, you can consistently do it. When you're the opposition, you're kind of searching for it. Clive wouldn't even be awake yet, would he?
He's always up.
It's not a bad bowl either. What a head of bowls.
This is getting even better than it was. Now, the quality was high, but they've both found their range here, and I feel as though this one is far from over.
Very good option here from Tom. You can play a really good bowl on the back end and give shot away.
He's come around on the forehand. He seems to have been doing that, as you said before, around the clock. Let's see,
where this finishes is going to be a good bowl.
Stays up, so no problems there. 2 to come for Will Sharkey.
He doesn't have to change much on his last bowl. He's pretty interested in this himself. It's travelling very well. Maybe too well. Yeah, just got a little bit excited.
It's easier to do when you're playing an AO and you're in the middle of, or you've just started winter and there's not a cloud in the sky.
Oh, stop rubbishing our weather.
Brilliant. I'm not rubbishing it at all. It's sensational.
Not a breath of wind either. It's
Nope.
just gorgeous. It is pristine with winter weather here in Queensland.
Winter weather.
I'm a bit dyslexic.
23-degree top today. And 2 hour, 15-minute time limit here. So the horn went off at 9 a.m. So we have until 11:15 to finish this one off. And I dare say that we will. Singles never or rarely goes that full allotted time.
Not unless you're killing a lot of ends. And normally when one person's got the momentum, it normally moves at their speed. So
Andy Thompson saying 22 degrees here, and it's almost 1 a.m. I believe Andy's from Devon in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy.
Is that the Andy Thompson?
No.
Okay, we've got Will looking to just disturb the head a little here. If he can just get onto that shot bowl with the right amount of weight, he can turn this 2 down into 3 up, and he is not a mile away.
He's close.
Oh, he's
What's
stiff.
he done?
Stiff.
That is so close for Will Sharkey. He gave it every opportunity, and he's only dropped the one, but that's the first time in this match that Tom Taiaroa has won 3 ends in a row, and he's trimmed the margin. He was down 13-5, and now it's only 13-9. Yes, Andy Thompson is from Devon in the UK, so good to have your company at 1 a.m. in the morning. We appreciate your dedication to you staying up late last night or overnight.
I would imagine you might have watched a bit of the cricket.
Yep, cricket.
The ICC World Test Championships.
Australia in command there, and also the tennis. Roland Garros is on. Glenn Archer watching from Thailand.
Well, there's another great start from Tom. He's really got that first bowl singing now. Funny thing about singles, if Will had had another little bit of weight on that, instead of the score being 13-9, it would have been 16-8 and a nice margin.
And he would have been very close to that checkout zone where he'd be within one end of winning.
For such a little word, it's got such a definition. If.
I know. Or like the word but. That was great, but here's how you can do it better.
I think in that first bowl of Will's certainly is not wasted, even though it looks like it's nearly in the ditch. For those that aren't educated in the sport of bowls, it can now play an attacking shot onto the shot bowl. Jack goes back to him. Happy days. He's not far away from another close bowl, which will certainly help him in playing that more attacking shot.
Peter Fairchild watching from Mossman in far north Queensland.
Just flew back from Cairns yesterday.
Yeah, I went up to Port Douglas for the first time at the start of the year, and it was absolutely beautiful. An amazing part of the world up there.
I had a week's holiday up there, and it rained nearly every day, but it was fantastic because of the warmth. It didn't matter.
I'll say it's too humid for me.
When it's hot, you wouldn't want to be there, no. Let's see where Will's going this time. He's given it some attacking weight, but just throwing a little bit wide.
Tom Taiaroa, that first bowl, as we've spoken about.
It's a very smart bowl from Tom. As long as it stays up, it's going to be very handy. I thought this might have been a good time to change his hand, and he's done so. certainly be at it. His bowl's fairly well protected by the front ones, but I think he's gone under by quite some.
So there's another end win to Tom Taiaroa, and it was that first bowl that proved decisive because
Correct.
Will wasn't able to overcome it, and it stayed as the shot that is won. So chipping back in singles, but the margin, well, this is the closest it's been for quite a long time. Well, the closest it's been since the end of end number 4 of this match.
Even end 2.
Played 15.
And Tom's persisting with this mat up and the jack on the tee. Just on 3/4 length end of the green. And with his first bowl, here we go again. May have just overcooked it a little on this one. This gives Will his chance to nail it with his first bowl without anything being near it.
And this has been where each player has pounced when the winner of the previous end has missed that opening bowl. The other one has tended to make them pay, and Will Sharkey is on the money.
There you go. There's that first bowl again. See if Tom can make the correction. Being his choice of length. And he's been so good at it in the last 3 or 4 ends. Again, speed was good. Just lost his line there a little. See if Will can get on top of this and take advantage of the 2 stray bowls from Tom.
So some score updates as Tom Taiaroa looks to fire down his third. Wait till he gets this out. We'll see where it ends up, and then I'll give you those. Tom Taiaroa.
It's on a good track.
He's not in a bad zone. Needs it to get up and push. Won't get there. The line was tracking beautifully.
Here's another one of those momentum swings.
Yep. So
Will
Charlie
dropped one on there. We're laughing.
Charlie Hicks leading Ray Martin 14-9. Carl Healy leading Kobe Cromie 13-11. It was 13-8 the last time we checked. Ray Pearce, he has won. He's defeated Jared Evans 21-4. And now Rick Southam leads Sean Baker 11-9. Was down 5-9 at one point during that contest. Cody Packer leads Rob Gill 20-6. And Lauren Dion has overcome Andrew Hay 21-4. So that's your score updates from around the rinks here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. You can check it all out from all around the Gold Coast, all 14 venues. At the Bowls Now app or results.bowlslink.com.au throughout the day.
Well, that attacking bowler Tom's ended up getting him second shot, I think. He was very close to getting a result, but from 3 down to 1 down was a good conversion. And it'll stay with 1 down. Ends that run of 4 ends in a row. Finally gets off that wicked number 13.
Yes, he certainly does, and that could be the catalyst here for Will Sharkey to go on and push for this win. 14-10.
It is amazing how in lawn bowls someone lands on 13 and they get stuck on it. It's such a twisted number and very hard to get off at times.
So once you get within that 2 ends of victory, if you score 2 maximums, and things start to take that spooky turn. But he's off 13, and now what can he do after choosing the length? And of course, the 2023 Australian Open, proudly presented by Apia, and Apia is also proud to support the event volunteers and officials. They do a great job. Go to Insurance for Retirees.
A fair start there. Just going to sail past, but is he going to wreck on that back one? Yes, he does. We're looking for a 3-foot correction here on his weight. Seems to have gone fairly wide. Bit of work to do to get back. I'd say enough to get shot anyway. This is tracking fairly well. Good fair correction there. That'd be the shot, I would imagine.
Jane asking, do they play the number of ends or shots? This is 21 up. So first to 21 shots within a 2-hour 15 time limit. But we've only played just over an hour, so I doubt we're going to need that allotted time. We're going to be well under.
Just like that bowl.
Nice segue there by you, Hollywood.
Tom's sending down his third. Again, moving bowl if he can get on top of this.
Yeah,
he's looking very, very handy.
Just going to drift under, but
Certainly.
will be the shot.
Certainly hanging around.
And he's got, I believe that's 2, could possibly be 3, definitely 2. Now, this is a big bowl in the context of things.
Very much so.
If Will Sharkey doesn't nail it...
Tell you what, he's on a fair line. How's his speed? Just going to sail through.
So this is 2 for Tom Taiaroa. If he can get a third into the count here, he trims the margin to 1.
Early call. I'm backing him in.
Now let's see if Hollywood has put the moz on him or not.
The Lou Richards of bowls. Doesn't want to trail it.
He really doesn't want to trail it. Oh, no. That is, I think, worst case scenario for Tom Taiaroa.
That's worse than the moz.
You have absolutely destroyed him there, Hollywood. I'm putting that down to you. And from 2 up and a chance to go 3 up and within 1, he's conceded.
I say nothing.
That hurts. That certainly hurts. But at least damage limitations. He's only conceded 1. He could have dropped 2 or 3 and the match could have possibly been over. But, or been close to being over anyway. But
I hope Tom doesn't watch this one back.
I don't think he will. Unless he wins, of course, then he will. Catherine watching from Werribee in Victoria. Good to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia and the world.
And that's the other thing about our Australian Open. We have players coming from all corners of the world to play in this event. And especially with the World Championships coming up in August. We've got a lot of the national sides from around the world coming over and using the Australian Open as a warm-up event to get used to our greens and our conditions. And there's a great start there from Tom. As I've been deserted by Val. Will coming down on his backhand. Clubhouse side of the green here at Broadbeach on green number 4. And he has played an absolute clanger. Jack would be about an inch off the bowl, or the bowl an inch off the jack. And Tom's bowl wouldn't be more than 4 inches away, so it just tells you how close the 2 bowls are. Tom can afford to arrive up onto the shot bowl or turn his front one over, which has, and I think he's still down. But it was a great attempt. Yes, will remain shot. Will's decided to remain on the backhand, thinking it's the safer option. And he's down well again. Wherever it finishes is going to be a good bowl. He's just in behind. Great shot. I really thought that Tom may have played his forehand with a few options, but he's going to remain on the backhand as well. Anything could happen with these last two bowls from these two players on this end.
Certainly can.
I'll tell you what. Oh, he's just given it away.
Has he repaid the favour?
He has. Got to play your forehand now, Tom. Or don't play it at all.
He's
going to play his backhand.
He is.
He's going to roll the dice, or the bowl, as you would say. Yeah, I would have found a very deep pocket for this one.
Yep.
After being gifted the shot.
Tom, can he get that two that he probably should have had in the last end? Well, definitely should have had. He's taken a safe line. He'll take the one, and the margin is back to 4.
After 18 ends, it's amazing how that little worm or that little bird on your shoulder can make such a difference.
I know. Well, at least the karma came back a little bit on that end as opposed to the last end where it was just the absolute worst case scenario.
It's where you want to stay away from sharp instruments.
So, Tom sits 4 down. Cody Packer has defeated Rob Gill 21-6 here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club.
And Tom's on a great line here. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Careless. Left it short.
By a millimetre, maybe.
Again, it's a great start with that first bowl. So crucial to get that first bowl close. And Will's just going to drop underneath. Great attempt. Certainly made it a lot easier for himself now. Tom will be trying to tuck this kiddie away. Change the head up a little bit so it's not such an easier shot for Will. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, it's actually... Oh, I can't believe Will's playing his forehand here.
The ditch side has generally been where they've been going to, but I think maybe just to try and nestle the jack out a little bit towards his own bowl.
I would have been playing the other hand to do that. Two options, sit the bowl,
Yep.
trail the jack. Well, now he's got a bowl in there. It's probably not so, but you can trail it straight down the line. Sometimes on shots like that, it shows their hand preference. They prefer to play their forehand or their backhand. So,
So Tom, with 2 at the moment.
Turns this around the corner and makes it a very good 3.
And that is what he has done.
Wow, now.
Magnificent bowl from Tom Taiaroa.
Will has no option now but to play that backhand. And he could do the same. He could come down and trail that jack back for 3 himself.
That is a statement and a half from the New Zealander.
all on Will's speed here. Oh no, he's just a little bit too quick. It looked like it was going to turn nicely onto the jack.
Now, where does Tom go here, Hollywood? What's his option?
I'd be matching the back 3 bowls. He's got a nice 3, and he can still draw inside those white ones for the 4th shot and have good position. So anywhere between those 2 white bowls, and it's going to be very, very good and count. But he's going to split all 3, so just as good.
Best case scenario, I think, there. So
he may even count for 4, but
possibly, yeah. I dare say Will get involved here and get in between them, but
if he's got the right speed, I tell ya, he's just going to slip through again. Or don't take your own out.
He's taken his own.
I think it might have fallen back for the 4th shot, though. So I think that might be a nice 3 from Tom.
Let's see.
A very well constructed 3 anyway. Yes,
that is 3, and Hollywood, it is 1 the difference. Tom Taiaroa has staged an almighty comeback. Was down 13-5. Now, he's only down 15-14.
I can even work that out. It's only 1 shot the difference.
That is...
I'm a genius.
Mathematics.
101.
Genius by you. Maths 101. Right here on Rinkside Live at the 2023 Australian Open. Proudly presented by Apia, who are helping you live the good life and play bowls.
A very handy start there from Tom. Pressure on the now all goes back onto Will, who's been leading the match fairly comfortably. And getting into the nitty-gritty sides of it all. What a great match first up for live streaming. Oh, great shot there, Will.
What bowls are they using, you ask, David O'Hanlon? Well, we can tell you. Tom using XGs and Will Sharkey using Taylor SRVs.
Both size 4s. And the green speed looks to have gone up half a second or so. It's finishing on a little bit more than when we first started. So you're getting closer to the 14.5, 15 second range now, which is a very kind pace. Will's out in that forehand side again. It's just not going to quite come back this time, I don't think. Not a bad spot, though. Both getting the ball away very well. Tommy, have you got the jack this time? Just going to slip past, I would imagine. Gee, that was close.
Certainly was. Still one to...
I think this is a good choice from Will to change his hand and try and get past his own bowl and get back to where those red and blue bowls are at the moment, because they are a big threat to him, and he's dropped it short. It's not so... Oh, could be in the road too. Bit of mud in the eye.
So just some score updates. Ray Martin and Charlie Hicks, that is closing in now. That's 1 point the difference, or 1 shot the difference as well. 15-14, same as this scoreline. Carl Healy and Kobe Cromie. Now, Carl has led that through the entirety of the contest. Was up 13-8, 9-4, 13-11. Kobe Cromie leads it 20-14. Big drive there from Tom.
With a couple of seconds, he decided he'd have a crack at the shot bowl. Leaves a fairly open draw now for Will.
It's a big drive there. So this could hurt Tom Taiaroa.
You would have thought he'd have smelt the blood in the water there, wouldn't you?
100%. So what's this going to be?
I think it's just the one.
Yep. After 20 ends, 16-14 in favour of Will Sharkey, and around at the rinks, Sean Baker and Rick Southern. That's also in this section. Sean Baker leads at 13-12. Cody Packer's already won as well, so they are some of the results from around here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. So,
see how this first bowl goes.
He just keeps himself in front here, does Will Sharkey.
That would probably be his worst starting bowl for the match. As the temperature starts to warm up here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, my jacket's coming off. Probably heard the zip coming down in the effects mic. It's nice to be able to wear a t-shirt and shorts in winter.
Why don't you do that all the time?
Certainly not. About 4 layers on in Melbourne, especially going to the footy on a cold winter's day at the MCG.
I'm looking forward to next Wednesday night. Game 2, State of O. Go the Mighty Maroons.
I had to think about what was going on next Wednesday for a second. My focus is to tonight, Richmond and Fremantle.
Looks like Sharkey might have gone for a nervous one.
I think he has. Stepped off the green. So it's enough to talk about the other matches that are coming up today. So next we will have Kobe Cromie in that Carl Healy section. So he'll be taking on Sydney Bean from Queensland. That is one of the best names in bowls. And then after that, Charlie Hicks taking on Shane Pudney. So looking forward to both of those. Charlie Hicks from South Australia, Shane Pudney from Queensland. So we will be bringing both of those contests to you here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club.
You are so lucky I'm not commentating Mr. Bean's game.
If only he was playing a guy named Rowan. Kyle Langley will be joining me for that. And then you'll be back later on, Hollywood. Casper John Fremantle by 5 goals. Now, Casper, I'm about to block you. Graham Ott, Val, go Tigers. Yep. Actually saw the entirety of the Richmond team at the airport yesterday. Almost had myself a fit.
Get some selfies?
No, I left them alone. There were too many of them at once and would have been a bit awkward. I was professional, Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that. Being from the hospitality industry and having football teams come into my venues and seeing people flock to them and all they want to do is sit there, have a quiet drink or meal, and they just get mobbed. It must be so hard for the footballers to go out. Back to the bowls.
Yep. Deviated a little bit there, but Tom looking to nestle in here. Needs this to go and needs this to keep pushing.
Doesn't look like a very easy head to get into now.
No.
It's crazy how that little break has you can almost put them on a tea towel, whereas this end it's been like they've come out of the back of a truck.
Yeah.
Not that I could get any closer.
So that one just ricochets in, as you alluded to before, a hard head to get into.
Well, I'd say Tom would have to play his forehand coming through his own bowl, which it looks like he's going to do.
What he's looking for. So
he can run his own bowl into the head, or he can slip round it and sit the shot bowl and actually make a number by the looks of it, if he does it right.
Has that affected anything?
I'm going to rely on the marker here.
I dare say probably not. I reckon it's that back bowl from
one?
Will. Yeah. I think that could be the shot. Oh, no. I have been deceived by my own eyes. And we're back to a one-shot margin.
So N22. What a glorious day here on the Gold Coast. Again, mat up. Jack on the tee. Just on the 3/4 length end. Tom's been starting off this length fairly well. Just going to slip past, but it's still very handy. Down it comes. Looks like on a very good line. Has he got the right speed? There we go. Well played, Will. Another good shot. Tom has a rethink. He still thinks he can get down on the backhand and get underneath that boulder of the jack. As I alluded to earlier, Tom's been playing this side of the rink predominantly. So he's got a fair idea of what line he wants to take. Will take advantage of a couple of loose bowls there from Tom. Tracking in fairly well again. And another good bowl. Changed his hand this time. He's run into his own bowl. Will adds another one here, and all of a sudden the whole momentum of this game could really become quite crucial. Needs an edge off that to keep it around. This is very, very important, this last bowl of Tom's. 3 down. 1 to come. He misses. Sharkey will definitely be smelling the blood in the water, and he's turned his back on that pretty quickly, so...
Oh, it's come underneath, so this is danger. Danger signs for Tom. Because Will Sharkey has an opportunity here to put a real stranglehold back on this contest. Of course, he did lead at 13-5 after 11 ends. 10 ends later, after 21, we sit just 1 shot adrift between the pair. And
Sharkey circling, you reckon?
I think he is. I've just opened your eyes here.
Just doesn't have to overplay it. Has he got the speed on this to get to the head? Oh, he's let him off the hook there.
Certainly has. What's the damage here, though?
I think it comfortably 3. 1?
1.
Really?
Well, that's a sigh of relief for Tom Taiaroa. Carl Healy has fallen to Kobe Cromie, 17-21. That's a big blow for Carl's hopes of getting through to the second round or the knockout stages.
Massive result there. Well, there's the trying to view shots on the live streaming camera, because I would have sworn that was 3 to Will.
Oh, I thought there was a chance it might not have been. I've done enough of these now to know when something might be a little bit closer than what I feel, but I'm still wrong a lot. At that time, I didn't want to say anything.
I do a fair bit of streaming on the on Bowls Queensland's events and help with the Gold Coast Tweed media team, and I've learnt over the years to just stop. Well, today I've broken my own rule.
Nah, it's all right. You can, Hollywood.
We're only human.
Exactly. So Tom's first bowl has gone a long way behind. Not a bad home if he was to trail it, but if Will can get something behind and not too far behind, which he's done right there, it's in a good home. He's within the checkout zone now, though. So
can go out in one end, yes.
Very, very close.
Tom's down fairly well here, I think. This could make things a lot different. So he just slips under the head. Does he stay around? I think so.
He does. It's 1 to the New Zealander at the moment. Troy Somerville asking if you are actually human, Hollywood.
You should only know, Troy. Oh, here's a good bowl coming in here. Is he going to hold up?
It is.
Very good.
Treacle's the jack.
I think I'm feeling a bit more human this morning than you are, Troy. Put it that way.
Val McKenzie joins us, the biggest Aaron Tees fan there is. Hello, Val, and Michael Sorensen, Hollywood. He's joining me today.
Morning.
Also join me in the final session. Kyle Langley to join me in session number 2 today.
Good head being developed here. Final bowls here could be very, very crucial. Got a couple of options here, Sharkey. He can still play attacking, because if he sits his own bowl and takes them out, he makes 3, turns the corner, jack around the corner for a couple, just slip past. Tom wouldn't want to make a mistake and get onto the jack, which he hasn't. So it's another one to Sharkey. So entering the 24th end, the score is 15-18 to Will. As I was saying earlier, it's a great start to our live streaming games.
I know, very close.
Will getting off to a great start in the first half. Tom fighting his way back in the second half, and now it's just end for end.
So Lizzie Ed is beautiful here. And it is Val Febo with you and Michael Sorensen taking you through this coverage. Of course, you may know Michael Sorensen by another name. It is Hollywood.
Only by name, not by nature.
You ever been to Hollywood?
No.
Oh, we need to get a photo of you in front of the sign.
That would be pretty handy.
I dare say that would be all your profile pictures on all of your social media accounts.
It's a great start here. Coming down to the jack nicely. Great start. Wonderful bowl. Persist with the forehand, which is the beach side of the rink. Looks like on a very good line as well. It's going to come down to his pace. Sneaking up closer and closer. Hello.
So, this one just getting further away from Tom, it seems. Will, I reckon, has gone up another gear since the bathroom break, actually. Just regathered his thoughts.
I thought that was a tennis tactic.
Oh, it is, don't worry. They do use it. Frustrates me to no end.
I'm not sure. Has the marker indicated who's had shot?
Haven't seen yet. From this angle where we're sitting, looks as though it could be Will, but I'm not sure. I think it is.
Well, Will's playing this with good, confident way. If he gets back to that bowl, it's going to make things very interesting. Here it comes. Oh, he's played that very well, but I don't know if he turned it far enough.
I think that shot to... I reckon that shot to Will, definitely now.
Definitely. I was just wondering whether it was 2, if he made enough, if he moved that bowl far enough for 2.
Val McKenzie, we don't have Teasy on the stream today. Teasy not playing at Broadbeach. Or not today,
Wow,
anyway.
what a bowl.
Huge.
Again, I don't know which one's got shot, and I'm not going to comment. One being on the line and one being just off the line. And the marker's signal red, so that's Tom.
So Teasy is playing today, sorry Val, and that is at Beenleigh. So unfortunately we're not doing any streaming out there. It's just at Broadbeach. There's a couple of days at Helensvale, but we'll predominantly be here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club.
Yeah, it's all down to his speed here. I think he might have underplayed this a little bit. A bit of a free kick here. Stayed down nicely on that. Looks like it's tracking extremely well.
So can Tom get himself back on the board and trim the margin again?
He does not want to run into that. He didn't. Well played.
So that's...
Shot for sure.
Definitely one. They're going to confirm. They're kicking them all away, and that is going to be just... Oh, no, 2. So...
The plot she thickens. Anyone's game from here. They can both go out in one end. Adds that extra pressure to every single bowl that comes down, especially if Tom can nail this with his first one.
So this is the 25th end. Tom has not led since the end of end 2.
Will's had pretty much control of the match. Even like Tom's hung around and battled very, very hard. Lost the ascendancy there for about 5 ends in the middle of the match, but then regrouped.
Well, it was for about 8 ends because the margin went from 3-0 up to 5-13 down. Also went down 11-3, so he's been down by 8 on 2 occasions in this contest. Hasn't been able to...
a great start.
Get back the lead, but he's getting there.
Great start here.
Damien Regan asking how many ends there are in this game. It's just first to 21. So whoever gets to 21 first wins. Of course, there is a time limit of 2 hours and 15 minutes in the sectional rounds. So it's whoever gets there first or whoever's in front at the final horn.
Tom's played another good bowl here. Oh, that's a great shot, Tom. Well played. And a little bit of chalk spray.
What a start to the live streaming matches at this 2023 Australian Open. Will Sharkey down 1 as Tom Taiaroa looks to tie it. This is the final match left on this green, on green 4 here at Broadbeach, just around the back.
Kind of cut the tension with a knife here at the moment. It's been an intriguing match up till now. Another good bowl there. It's certainly going to be handy. What can Will pull out of the bag? He gets down to there and sits that shot bowl. He can make a couple out of it, but he's again fallen short.
Phil on the comments saying that these Broady greens will be flying this Arvo, and yeah, sun already well and truly on it.
You can see a bit of a shine coming across the surface now already.
Yep.
So by this afternoon, and this is well pointed too. He's got the speed to get to the head.
No.
I think Will's got to take an option here and be to the head. Try and sit that shot bowl through. Stay for 2. Trail the jack. Standing on the forehand for it, looking for it.
So will Sharkey to keep the lead in this contest. I think this is on too wide a line, Hollywood.
Yep.
And after 25 ends, we are all square at 18 apiece.
1 hour 40.
What a comeback this has been by Tom Taiaroa. End number 26. He's not been in front since the completion of end 2. Doesn't matter how long you lead for, as long as you get to 21 first.
And there doesn't have to be any shot difference other than 1.
Certainly not.
Neither of the players have showed any real nerves. They look like pretty calm and relaxed, except for the first couple of ends.
Yep. We saw AFL game recently where Collingwood were trailing Adelaide for 99.95% of the match. Led for 22 seconds, but it was the final 22 seconds. That's all you need to do.
Looks like a good start here from Will. That is a very handy start. And the funny thing is, like, there's been toing and froing this whole game. There's only been the 1-4 and the 1-3 in the whole match, and this one end could all finish.
Yep. Well, no, there's been 2 threes.
2 threes?
Both have scored 1.
Yes, correct. So there's predominantly been 1-1,
Yep.
1-1. And the pressure just adds with each bowl. It gets closer and closer.
So 18 of the completed 25 ends have been singles.
Have you got the speed, Will? Just fallen short there.
Casper, it's been a phenomenal match, Val, and that is my word of choice, phenomenal. Actually, since Clive brought that up with me, I've actually stopped using it. I've been very self-conscious about how often it comes out of my mouth, so I've actually tried to widen my vocabulary a little bit.
Here we go, Tom. What have you done, Tom? Oh, that's a big bowl.
Massive in the scheme of things.
Wow.
So,
all the pressure swings back now onto Sharkey. Of course. Seems to have gone quite wide here. Is it going to come back?
I don't know if this is, again, on that wider line. So,
really nice speed.
Of course, no next best qualifies. That's what we must stress. Every win in the sectional round is so vital to try and finish on top.
And of course, there's sections of 4 here on the Australian Open.
You win your group, you are through. You don't win your group, singles campaign is over.
And here comes another great bowl.
Travis asking how they're going for time. Now, we have got 33 minutes left. 2 hours, 15-minute sessions. And this is massive here for Will Sharkey. He's down 2.
He needs the same weight he just played with. If he has, he's going to be all over it.
He might just be under the weight. And all of a sudden, let's just wait for the confirmation. 2 to Tom Taiaroa and Hollywood for the first time since the completion of N2. It's after N26 now. He is in front.
All but
1 to go. They always say that last one is the hardest one to get. Here we go. What are we going to have? Are we going to have a one-end shootout here, possibly? Will Sharkey level things up again? Who knows? But this is an unbelievable match.
It deserves an extra end. But if Tom's good enough to win on this end, good luck to him.
Yep. We've got a maximum of 3 ends to go.
It deserves to go to 21-20.
Certainly does. We've been blessed this morning with this contest as Will Sharkey gets one in right behind. Good home.
Mind you, it can finish on 21-20 at this end.
Oh, it can, yes.
2 balls. You just feel that little bit of pressure coming into the game, trying to get that last one shot.
Yep.
Certainly be a lot of pressure if Sharkey gets another one in here.
There will be. And the white bowls of Will Sharkey, those Taylor SRVs, they're coming, but that is too much.
A little bit excited.
No, I don't think you'll be holding a second there. So this match is
imperative.
On a knife's edge.
Big bowl here. If he wrestles back the end with this bowl, all the pressure goes back onto Will. And he's looking very well pointed. Very well pointed.
He's just gone through.
Oh, it's fallen back. It's going to be interesting. What's the marker got to say here?
I'm still favouring Will's. Measure.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, that gives Will a bit more of a chance here. He can trail the jack a little bit or sit on the bowl of Tom's. Still affords him the chance to play up there with a nice control bit of weight. Be confident in the draw, which he seems to be. How's his line?
What has that done?
That's given him shot for sure.
Definite shot. Oh, the second, I'm not so sure.
No, I don't think so. Now he stood that bowl up, I don't think so.
But if Tom doesn't get one in here, there's an opportunity for Will to actually go on and win the match
Very
with the
much.
final bowl. So he needs to get one in here, Tom Taiaroa.
Seems to be on a fair line, or is he just going to fall under?
I think he's under.
Oh, he's going to come under. Well.
So an opportunity either to trail the jack towards his 2 or sit Tom Taiaroa's bowl and stay.
Do I use the blood in the water line again?
Oh, you can, because this is probably the most appropriate time to use it.
He is circling.
So, Paul, if you want to schedule for what days and where we'll be live streaming, just stay tuned to Bowls Australia's Facebook. Every night we'll tell you where or what we'll be doing. We'll be at Broadbeach for the predominant time at the AO, a couple of days at Helens Vale, but stay tuned for that. But here is the final bowl of this end. This is an opportunity for Will Sharkey to possibly win this match. He's holding 2 currently, we think. Definitely 1.
I would say 1, but this is...
He sits the bowl...
Very important.
Stays or trails.
Seems, a very, very good line. Have the weight, Will, and you're going to make things awfully interesting.
He's close. He's close. He's got in, definitely.
Well, that's 2. I think we're going to have a 20-all last end winner takes all. Yes, 2.
Here we go. One more end. Wow. Well, we didn't think we'd get this first morning, but it is 20 apiece after 27 ends.
Very deserved.
Might as well have just had a one-end shootout to see who would win. And here we go. It'll be Will Sharkey to choose the length, have the mat, and bowl first.
Drum roll, please.
8 bowls to decide this contest. And Hollywood, I'm none the wiser.
Yeah, well, last time I made a bold prediction, it went really south. That's not a bad start for your 20-all last end. No pressure.
Not at all.
Not from here, anyway.
We're just happy to be watching this contest. There's Tom Taiaroa. He's going to find an okay home here.
Gave it every chance.
The good thing with Tom, for Tom's situation, although he doesn't have the length, he does have last bowl.
Correct. There's nothing worse than holding shot while the opposition's got the last bowl. And all you can do is sit there.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another good start. That's
Oh,
a good bowl.
it certainly is. So
Mind you, it's made a little easier for Tom. He can sit the bowl now or trail the jack. Easy from here, anyway.
We just have to call them. We don't have to play them.
I can't.
Don't say you're short, Hollywood.
Might be sailing around this one.
Notice the turn hasn't really been there on that ditch side.
No.
Let's see what Will can do. He's trailed for a total of 3 ends in this contest. Other than that, it's either been tied or he's been in front.
He's in that position where he's holding shot and he doesn't know what to do with the next 3 bowls that he's got in his hand. So it all comes back to what Tom can do from here.
This is massive in the context of the
playing with a bit of weight here, I think.
I'll tell you what.
He's going to just cut under, is he?
He gets, almost got the ricochet.
Well, Will's got to get to those 2 bowls behind the head. There's no other option. And if he happens to trail it back to his own, all the best for him.
2 bowls to go as Will Sharkey trundles down the green, as does Tom, following closely behind. They're going to survey their options. Now, Will, of course, on debut for the Australian Defence Force. The president of the ARN Bowls, the Australian Royal Navy Bowls, and Tom Taiaroa in some pretty good form himself. 24 years old and having a successful tournament back in New Zealand recently. Winning a gold and a silver down there as an emerging star of the Blackjacks, possibly. Will Sharkey's final bowl of this contest. It's on its way. He's gone with a forehand, Hollywood.
He's watching it intently. He might be a bit tight. Let's hold him. Oh, don't. No, don't. Oh, I thought he was going to slice that for a second.
Looks like it, but here we go. It's a good bowl.
It's a great bowl. I mean, it's kind of taken that easy or easier shot away from Tom now. Although he could probably still play onto the bowl and then wait for the dust to settle, or he's got to try and dead draw it on the forehand. But I dare say he's played 3 on his backhand. He'll step back onto the mat on the backhand, looking for the bigger jack, the big white ball. That's what he looks like he's going to do. And it looks like our screen's frozen. Not the time.
Well, we'll talk you through it.
It's away.
It is away. Apologies for this, everybody.
And he's playing with attacking weight. He's just going to slip under. And a great victory there to Will Sharkey.
Yep, there it is. Will Sharkey has got the job done. He wins the first match of the Australian Open for 2023 in his section. That is section 11. So that goes a long way for him to possibly go into the knockout stages. He's still got a couple of matches to play in the section of 4, but a huge result for him, 21-20. It came down to the final end, the 28th end. He only trailed for 3 of those, but what a close encounter it was. Michael, Hollywood Sorensen, thank you very much for joining me, Val Febo, in this opening session. We'll catch you in session 3 today.
It was a great experience, great game to watch. Congratulations to Will, commiserations to Tom, but a very, very high level of bowls. And what a way to kick off Australian Open 2023.
Certainly was, and this has been the first session of Ringside Live at the 2023 Australian Open, proudly presented by APIA, proud to support also the event volunteers and officials, and with thanks to Australia's Gold Coast and Tourism and Events Queensland. It's been Val Febo and Michael Hollywood Sorensen. Stay tuned to the Bowls Australia Facebook page, like us, and make sure you put your notifications on because you'll know when we go live for the next session, and we look forward to joining you for that.